Ghost ships found with no crew aboard. Wait. Before caveman tell you anything, answer this. You wake up on ship in middle of ocean. Engine running, food on table, laptop still on. But everyone gone. No screams, no blood, no bodies, just silence. What you do? Today caveman tell you about 10 real ships where this actually happened. Ships found floating perfectly fine, but crews vanished into thin air. Some mysteries solved, most never explained. Grab your life jacket, we going into waters that swallow people whole. Ship #1, Mary Celeste, 1872, the original ghost ship. December 4th, 1872, in the Atlantic Ocean near the Azores Islands. British ship Dei Gratia was sailing when Captain David Morehouse spotted something strange on the horizon. Another ship, sails torn, drifting aimlessly. No one on deck, no response to calls. Morehouse sent a boarding party to investigate. What they found haunted them forever. The ship was called Mary Celeste. She was perfectly seaworthy with 6 months of food and water aboard. Her cargo was intact, 1,101 barrels of industrial alcohol, barely touched. The captain's logbook was up to date with the last entry on November 25. Personal belongings were undisturbed, pipes, clothes, valuables all there. But here's what made their blood run cold. 10 people had vanished without a trace. Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife Sarah, their 2-year-old daughter Sophia, all vanished. 7 experienced crew members also gone. The ship's lifeboat was missing. 1 rope hung over the side, frayed and broken. Table set for breakfast, food still there. Navigation instruments missing from the captain's quarters, but no signs of struggle, no blood, no violence. It looked like everyone just stepped away for a minute. Wait, it gets weirder. When found, the Mary Celeste was 400 miles from her last known position. The ship had been sailing itself for 9 days with nobody steering. Through storms, through night, through everything, alone. Investigators examined every inch looking for answers. No piracy, valuables were still there. No mutiny, the captain was loved by his crew. No storm damage, the ship was perfectly fine. One theory suggests alcohol fumes leaked from the cargo. The captain feared an explosion, so he ordered everyone to the lifeboat temporarily. But then, the rope broke, and the ship drifted away while the crew was stranded. They probably drowned. But then why were no bodies ever found? Why did the ship keep sailing a perfect course? The Mary Celeste kept sailing for 13 more years after the mystery. But her crew of 10 was never seen again. Not one body. Not one clue. Not one answer. Caveman angry. How does a ship lose 10 people and nobody know why? Ship #2, Carroll A. Deering, 1921, The Cursed Schooner. January 31st, 1921, at Cape Hatteras, North Carolina, the graveyard of the Atlantic. The Coast Guard spotted a massive 5-masted schooner run aground on Diamond Shoals. It was a beautiful ship with sails set, stuck on a sandbar. But something was wrong. No crew was visible, and no distress signals had been sent. Bad weather prevented boarding for 4 days. When the Coast Guard finally boarded on February 4, they found a scene from a nightmare. The ship was called Carroll A. Deering. Built in 1919 as one of the last great wooden sailing ships, her crew of 11 men had completely vanished. Both lifeboats were deployed and gone. A ladder hung over the side. Food had been prepared in the galley, spare ribs and pea soup still sitting in pots. Coffee ready to serve. But the steering wheel was smashed to pieces. Navigation equipment gone. Captain's log missing. Ship's papers taken. The only living souls aboard were 3 6-toed cats. What happened to Captain Willis Wormel and his 11 crew members? Here's where the story gets dark. Weeks before the disappearance, the captain confided in a friend. His first mate, Charles McClellan, was drunk and insubordinate. McClellan was treating the men brutally. The captain thought the crew might be plotting mutiny. In Barbados, McClellan was arrested for public drunkenness. He was overheard saying, "I'll get the captain before we reach Norfolk. I will." The captain bailed him out anyway. Big mistake. The last sighting came on January 29 at Cape Lookout Lightship. A crew member with red hair and a Scandinavian accent hailed them through a megaphone. He shouted, "We lost both anchors." That was a weird detail because it wasn't the captain speaking. A breach of maritime protocol. The crew appeared disorganized and agitated. 2 days later, the ship was found abandoned. Then came the message in a bottle. A fisherman named Christopher Columbus Gray found a note washed ashore. It read, "Deering captured by oil-burning boat something like chaser. Crew handcuffed. Crew hiding all over ship. No chance escape." This was bombshell evidence of piracy. Multiple federal agencies launched investigations. But wait, in September 1921, Gray confessed. He had faked the note to discredit the Cape Hatteras lighthouse staff and steal someone's job. The hoax had wasted thousands of investigation hours. Without the note, the case went cold. Theories included mutiny and murder, piracy, a mysterious oil-burning chase ship, and rum runners. But the real answer was lost forever. 9 other ships vanished in the same waters at the same time. Coincidence? Or was something hunting in the Atlantic? Caveman thinks mutiny was most likely. McClellan killed the captain. Then what? Did they all die? Did they all hide forever? Nobody knows. Ship #3, SS Beichimo 1931. The ship that wouldn't die. This one's different. No crew died. But the ship became an immortal ghost. October 1931, in the Arctic Ocean near Barrow, Alaska. The SS Beichimo was a cargo ship owned by the Hudson's Bay Company. She was carrying valuable furs worth $58,000. Suddenly, she became trapped in pack ice during an early winter storm. Captain Sidney Cornwell and his 37 crew members were stuck with their ship frozen solid. On October 15, the company airlifted 22 crew members to safety. 15 men stayed behind, including the captain. They built a wooden shelter on the ice with a plan to wait out the winter. When the ice melted, they would free the ship. November 24 brought a massive blizzard with 3 days of howling wind and snow. When the storm cleared, the men emerged from their shelter. The ship was gone. It had vanished. They searched the ice and the shoreline, but found nothing. The captain assumed the ship had been crushed by ice and sank to the bottom. The crew was rescued, flown home, and the ship was declared lost. But 6 days later, an Inuit hunter had news. He told the captain, "I saw your ship. It's floating 45 miles south." The captain and crew tracked it down. They found the Beichimo stuck in ice again, badly damaged. They boarded, salvaged the furs, and abandoned the ship permanently. The captain declared, "She won't last the winter." Wrong. The Beichimo didn't just survive that winter, she survived 38 years unmanned. In 1932, she was spotted by a dog sled team. In 1933, she was boarded by a Scottish botanist and a ship crew. They explored her before she drifted away again. In 1935, she was sighted off the Alaska coast. In 1939, Captain Hugh Polson boarded and tried to salvage her. But ice floes forced him to abandon the attempt. The final sighting came in 1969. Inuit hunters saw her frozen in ice between Point Barrow and Icy Cape. Then, nothing. Nobody has seen the Beichimo since. Is she still drifting through frozen seas 93 years later? Did she finally sink? In 2006, the Alaska government launched a search, but found nothing. The Beichimo, the ghost ship that refused to die, disappeared just as mysteriously as she had survived. Caveman is amazed. This ship outlived its crew by 4 decades. She might still be out there right now. Ship #4, KAZ-2 2007, the Ghost Yacht. April 20th, 2007. This is a modern mystery. Not some ancient sailing ship, but a modern catamaran with GPS, radio, and engines. A helicopter crew spotted a 40-foot yacht drifting 88 miles off Queensland, Australia. No one at the helm, the boat going in circles. When the Coast Guard boarded, they found a scene even more eerie than the Mary Celeste. The yacht was called KAZ-2. Her engine was running. Her laptop was powered on. The table was set with plates, silverware, and food. The radio was working perfectly. The GPS was working perfectly. All life jackets were still aboard. Emergency systems were fully functional. but the three-man crew had vanished. Derek Batten, age 56, Peter Tunstead, age 69, and James Tunstead, age 63, were all gone. This was 2007, not 1872. This was the modern era. How could this happen? Searchers found a video camera with footage. It showed the three men enjoying their voyage, fishing, and laughing. Everything was peaceful. Then one strange detail appeared. James Tunstead had taken off his shirt and glasses and left them on the seat. A fishing lure was tangled in the rudder. One theory suggests someone went overboard trying to free the lure. The others jumped in to save him. But the life ring was still aboard, so nobody had grabbed it. The boat was moving at 15 knots and would have drifted away in seconds. The report states, the men were not good swimmers. Choppy seas would have exhausted them quickly, and they sank beneath the waves. But another theory makes Caveman's blood cold. The boat was found with fenders out. Fenders are only used when docking with another vessel. Did they meet someone out there? Did they board another boat willingly or unwillingly? Forensics found no evidence of foul play, no signs of struggle, no fingerprints from outsiders. The state coroner ruled misadventure and bad luck. But the families never accepted it. The widow said, "My husband was too careful. He prepared for everything." A 5-day search found no bodies, no wreckage, and no trace. 3 men disappeared from a working boat in calm seas with all safety equipment aboard. In 2007, with satellites, GPS, and radios. How? Caveman thinks the ocean still has secrets even in the modern age. Ships #510, Rapid Fire Mysteries. Caveman is running out of time, so here are 6 more quick ones. #5, Octavius, 1775. The whaling ship Herald found a vessel near Greenland. The crew was frozen solid at their posts for 13 years. The captain was frozen at his desk with a pen in his hand. His wife and son were frozen in the cabin. The ship had somehow sailed itself for over a decade, a true ghost ship. #6, Joyita, 1955. This merchant ship was found abandoned in the South Pacific. Her crew of 25 had vanished. The ship was partially flooded, but still floating. Blood-stained bandages were found, but no bodies. Nobody was ever found, and the case remains unsolved. #7, High Aim 6, 2003. A Taiwanese trawler was found as a ghost ship off Australia. The crew of 8 was gone. Food still on the table, engine running. One crew member's body was found in a life raft weeks later. It was too decomposed to determine the cause of death. The others were never found. #8, MV Gian sank 2006. An Indonesian ship was found adrift near Australia. The crew had vanished, and food was rotting on the table. The Coast Guard towed it to port and searched everywhere but found no clues. The investigation was abandoned, and the mystery remains unsolved. #9, SV Ketch, 1950. A 2-masted ketch was found adrift in the Pacific. Sails set, course steady, dinghy still aboard. But the 5-man crew, including the captain's wife, had all vanished. It was never explained. #10, Zabrina, 1917. A British cargo ship was found run aground with sails still set. The crew vanished during World War I. Some think a German U-boat captured the crew. Others say a rogue wave swept everyone overboard. The bodies were never recovered. You see the pattern, yes? Ships were perfectly fine with food on tables, engines running, and navigation working. But the crews were gone, swallowed by the ocean, swallowed by time, swallowed by something. Some mysteries have theories. Mary Celeste probably involved alcohol fumes that scared the captain. A broken rope left the crew stranded and drowned. Carol A. Deering probably saw a mutiny turn deadly. Baichimo wasn't really a mystery, but just an immortal ship that wouldn't sink. Cause 2 probably involved someone falling overboard while trying to fix a tangled line. But probably is not the same as definitely. Probably means we're guessing, and we don't know. And that's what makes these stories haunt us. Even with modern technology, forensics, and investigations, the ocean keeps its secrets. Ships still vanish, crews still disappear. Sometimes boats return empty, leaving us to wonder what happened in those final moments. Did they see it coming? Did they scream? Did they fight? Or did they just slip beneath the waves in silence? Mary Celeste crew, 10 souls gone. Carol A. Deering crew, 11 souls gone. Kaz 2 crew, 3 souls gone. All the others, dozens more gone. Not one body from the Mary Celeste has ever been found after 152 years. Not one body from the Carol A. Deering after 103 years. Not one body from Kaz 2 after 17 years. The ocean took them, and the ocean is not giving them back. You know what the scariest part is? It's still happening, ships are still found abandoned, and crews are still vanishing. Every year somewhere in the world, another boat drifts into port empty. Another family waits for loved ones who are never coming home. Next time you're on a boat, remember these stories. Remember that the ocean is alive, the ocean is hungry, and the ocean is patient. And when the ocean wants you, it takes you. This caveman is signing off with a warning. The sea looks beautiful, but the sea is a graveyard. Respect the water, or the water will take you too. Share these stories, tell their names, honor the lost. And never forget, the ocean always wins. Caveman out. Caveman